What's going on, everyone? Oscar here and Shane, and we're here with a service alert. What is a service alert? It's usually an alert that is brought up to our attention that needs addressing and or a minor adjustment on a product. Shane here is going to explain to us a little bit more about the problem at hand and what we need to do to correct it.
On the universal axle in the front, we've had some customers having pins come out. Usually that's because the grub screw got a little loose. So we're going to show you how to put Loctite on that screw and make sure it holds.
So if you receive the service alert, obviously there's going to be some things you're going to want to source as far as tools and materials to do today's repair. Shane, what are the folks going to need at home?
So any medium strength thread locker, we're using Loctite 243. It's really common in a lot of hardware stores or online. You're also going to need a 1.3 millimeter driver for the front universal, a 1.5 and a 2.0 for the ring and pinion, and then a cleaner. We're using isopropyl alcohol. Brake clean works great too. So, all right. So the first thing you want to do is find this grub screw. So if you spin the axle, one side's going to be flat, one side's actually going to have the grub screw in it, and then you'll use your 1.3. And once you take this out, you want to try your best not to move the pin around. There's a flat spot, and if you move it, it can be kind of hard to get back in place. Just clean off the screw. If you had Loctite on it before, you kind of want to clean it off beforehand. So you want to take a small dab of Loctite and put it on the screw. That'll work. And just make sure the pin's centered in the axle. Put the screw back in. Once you get this tightened, you just want it snug. You don't want to go too tight, or you can snap the pin and then just leave it for at least 8 hours. 24 is ideal, and you should be good to go.
You're also going to want to repeat this step on the opposite side as well.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is take out the screw that holds the drag link and the tie rod onto the knuckle. Just using a 2 millimeter driver. You can pop all those out. And then you're going to want to take the upper and lower screw off of the knuckle. And you can just slide the whole assembly out. Make sure you don't lose your steering bushings.
You do have two of them, one on top and one on bottom.
And then you're just going to want to do the same thing on the other side and just pull it out. Alright, just take those and set them aside. You're going to want to take a 1.5 and take the diff cover off. Then you just pop the diff cover off. You'll see your ring gear in there. And then you just take like the 1.5 you were using earlier and just pop this out. So then in there you'll see your pinion. You kind of want to take I have to take a towel and just wipe it off really quick to see the screw. Okay, so inside you'll find your pinion with a screw in it. This is a two-piece system, so all you got to do is just take that screw out. And you should be able to get the pinion out from there. Then you're going to want to take your cleaner or brake clean alcohol and just kind of wipe the screw off. And so once you have the pinion screw out, you want to take a small thing of Loctite. Kind of just put it in the pinion. And the pinion is keyed, so it's only going to go on one way. This one, you want it nice and snug. And just take the towel you're using, clean up all the excess. And this would be a good time to add more grease if you need it. This one's got plenty, so we don't need to. Just pop that back in. Take your diff cover, pop your diff cover back on, and then reinstall all the screws. So from there, you just want to take your steering bushings, pop them back in. The axles are different lengths on different sides, so you just want to make sure you're using the right one for the right side.
At this point, you're going to want to repeat the same step of assembly on the opposite side.
All right, so then you just want to reattach your drag link and your tie rod link. The tie rod goes in the lower section, and the drag link goes above it. All right, so now we're gonna do the rear. The rear is a lot easier than the front, so we're just gonna do one side and then you just repeat the assembly on the other. So you wanna take your 1.5, and take all these screws out. There should be 6. So once you got all the screws out, you can just take the axle hub and pull it out. And then you'll just pull this gear off. And then you can grab the axle and pull it out. Should come all the way out. And then repeat the same steps for the other side. Alright, so now that you have both sides off, you just want to take the diff cover off. It's another 6 screws with a 1.5. Then you can just take the diff cover off, and same as the rear, kind of use the 1.5 to pop this out. Try not to get a bunch of grease on your hand. Set this aside, and you'll see the pinion in there. Take your 1.5, and just take the screw out. So you're going to want to take your screw, clean it off with some of the cleaner we had mentioned before. And then you're just going to take your Loctite and put a small dab on that and then thread it back in. From here you can put the diff unit back in. If there's not a ton of grease, you can re-grease it. And just put your diff cover back on and reattach all the screws. Alright, so now the shafts are 2 different sizes, so you're going to want to make sure the longer one goes in the longer side. I have to spin it a little to get it all the way in. Throw the gear back on. Same with the other side. Shorter one on this side. Spin it a little to get it in. Take your pinion. Keys in. And put your outer portal boxes back on. And then just replace all the screws.
So there you guys have it, a couple little things that could go a long way when you're maintaining your vehicle, as well as the reason why we want to let you guys know about specifically those grub screws with the front universals on the axle. So if you have any further questions, please always feel free to reach out to our support team. We're always eager to help you guys out Monday through Friday, I believe 7:30 to 3:30 p.m. So make sure to reach out to us. Our information is on our website as well. Look forward to hearing from you. We hope this video was very intuitive and informative for you. Thank you, Shane, for helping us out with this. And as mentioned before, always nut and bolt check everything whenever you're using your vehicles. It's always going to help the longevity of your vehicle. We appreciate you guys. From all of us here at Redcat, thank you very much. You guys have a great day.